You can be anointed and still attacked. You can be obedient and still be overlooked, misunderstood, and even talked about. This is the part of the calling nobody posts about. The criticism, the comments, the comparison. But if you've been called by God, expect resistance. And in this episode, we are talking about how to keep showing up when people have something to say. Because criticism is guaranteed, but compromise is optional. Let's get into the Called and Challenged episode 6. Part 1. Personal struggle with criticism. Now, I want to be very real, raw, and honest with you. I didn't expect ministry to feel this exposed. I grew up as a pastor's kid. I've seen things take place with my parents, but I never knew how deep it could really get. I thought if I'm doing what God asked me to do, surely people will support it all the time, right? No, actually, wrong. From how I lead to what I even preach to how I dress or even what I look like, there's always someone with an opinion. But what I've learned is this: if you try to please everyone, you'll end up disobeying the one who called you. You see, ministry is not a popularity contest. It's a perseverance test. Part 2. Biblical examples of being criticized while called. You are not alone. Hear me when I say that. Moses was constantly questioned by the people he led. Nehemiah had haters on the wall while he was rebuilding it. Paul was doubted even by believers for his past. And Jesus, yeah, him too. And let's not forget, he was mocked, falsely accused, betrayed, and crucified by the very ones who he came to save. If Jesus faced criticism in obedience, why do we so often think we'll never face it ourselves? Because the real answer is, we will. Part 3. How to handle criticism in a healthy way. Now here's the truth. Not all criticism is evil. Some of it is correction. Some of it is noise. That's why we need discernment. Is this person speaking from the Spirit or from their own wound? Is this correction I need or control I should resist? And most of all, does this feedback align with what God has already said to me? Don't take direction from someone who's never walked your path. Learn to listen without living under it. Part 4. The danger of comparison plus performing for approval. You see, criticism often leads to comparison, and comparison leads to performance. That's where the trap really is. You stop preaching what God told you and start preaching what people want. You stop leading boldly and start leading safely. You trade authenticity for applause. But here's the reminder. You weren't called to fit in. You were called to stand out. And God doesn't bless who you pretend to be. He anoints who he called you to be. So if you're feeling beat up by people, but built up by God, you're in the right place. Don't let voices that didn't call you define how you carry your calling. Let God's voice be louder than their opinions. If this episode has helped you at all navigate some real life pain, drop a shield emoji or even a brick emoji in the comments. Share this with someone who's ready to quit because they are tired of criticism. I know I've been there, and this would have helped me. So if you know someone reach out and share it with them as well. And don't miss episode 7 because we are talking about something every leader faces: building when it feels like nothing is working. Until then, stay faithful, stay focused, and stay called. And remember, obedience doesn't always equal approval. Criticism is a guarantee, but compromise is a choice. And never forget, God doesn't anoint who you pretend to be.